Welcome back to StarCraft 2. In the bottom left, we have our red Zerg, Hyren. And in the top right, we have our blue Protoss, Drumhead. I am using the official overlay of everything, and I don't know how to work this thing, so you're going to be learning with me here. Okay, we see a pylon down here. Means it's going to wall off this. Most likely, no rushes or cheese out of our Protoss player. Zerg. Looking to get 17 supply here. So, this is on not the newest patch. So, I don't know if builds differ. Because I started playing on the newest patch. It looks like it's going to be a 17 hatch. So, standard stuff. Waiting for the minerals to come through. And there's the hatchery. Very standard stuff. Sending a probe scout out. We have these inhibitor fields here, so a short rush distance, but seems a lot longer with those inhibitor fields, can make some awkward play with ranged units and melee units trying to get through and ranged units just trapping them. We'll see how that interferes. Drumhead checking stuff out. He sees the hatchery. He knows he's pretty safe. There's no fancy all-ins. So, very standard game we have here. So, Protoss versus Zerg. No, it's quality over quantity here. So, or quality versus quantity, rather. Protoss's units are more cost effective, but more expensive. And the Zerg units, definitely a lot of them. You can make a lot of Zerglings, for instance. Walling off, very nice. Cybernetics Core, teching up. Probably going to see the standard play is Stalkers. Usually get a few Stalkers, maybe snipe some Overlords. We'll see what he does. Third hatch coming out, quick expands. Neither side really worried about early aggression here. In the production tab, we see Queens coming out. We see no army units, so they are correct in their assumption that there will be no early aggression. We have saturation of the main of both players. Second base coming through for the Protoss. Not quite walled off yet, but once again, not terribly concerned with any aggression here. So he will finish that wall before he needs to. Nice skin coming down. I don't know what skin this is. I'm going to guess it's the primal skin. Definitely by the judge of the eggs. I've seen it in the shop, and I like it. And it looks like we are using, oh, what's happening here? Yep, Stalkers coming out, sniping Overlords. Stuff to be expected here. Supply blocking our Zerg, right? In the production tab, we see another Lord coming out. He's probably got to build another one just to replace that one, because I forget how much supply they give. They give 10 supply, so he is getting close to being supply blocked again. Or did the hatchery finish? The hatchery finished giving him more supply. Alright, so we see no units for our Zerg yet. He has a few Zerglings here. That's it. Starting his creep spread. Gonna get creep between the bases so he can maneuver for defensibility. Our Protoss player getting a robotics facility. Yep. So we see rapid tech coming out for our Protoss. And this is a full wall off. So I don't know what that means, but it's never anything good. Gateway coming in. Pylons. These players not wanting to get supply blocked. We have an Overlord. Does he see this Overlord? How do I do vision? No, he does not. Good Overlord there, right? He's going to see any tricky air units. Yep, Queen spreading creep in the base for defense, of course. I think that's priority number one of our Zerg player is being ready to answer any defense. The tech coming for our Zerg player, we see a Roach Warden coming out. We see a Hive, and so, both players taking up, the Zerg taking up a little bit slower, but they have that flexible technology, so he's probably going to see what his opponent's building. We have, a Warp Prism coming in, full of Zealots, most likely to drop into the base. The Overseer, or the Overlords will see it, and what's he have to defend? Queens and Lings. Let's see how this goes. He sees the Overlords, try to avoid it. Definitely has vision on it now. Sees a third, definitely. Lings are going to follow it. Queen's going to hit at it. What's he do? He drops it. They're going to threaten the Queen and warp in some more Zealots. Oh, a lot of Zerglings coming in. Trying to pick their fight. Just trying to buy time till he gets more units. Threatening these zealots. The zealots turn away from the hatchery. The queen forcing the warp prism off. Body block there. Zealots coming in. Roaches. Good stuff against zealots, but the number of zealots definitely gonna keep those. Not any serious damage. Let's look at our units lost tab. Oh wait, how do I see what actually units were lost? There's a way to do it. I don't know. That makes a clicking sound. I don't know what that does. Oh, we have, yep, so successful defense. I don't know how to bring up the units lost tab. Oh, this is like different cameras. I don't even know how to like bring up how to look stuff up, so whatever. Getting some Ravengers, Roach Ravenger. Good stuff. Sees the observer, snipes it off. Beautiful snipe. Right. He adds some detection from his overseer somewhere. He added, oh, there they are. They're right with the army. Let's look at our production tab. Roach speed coming out. Weapons upgrades.
Forces are under attack.
Something's under attack. How, wait. I want to turn that off.
Mineral field depleted.
That's the back button. We get to see these roaches move again. Beautiful. That's zooming out. That's really good. Wish you could do this in game.
Our army be scrapped.
Oh, we're gonna have. Wait, let me see if I can figure this out.
The minerals have up and gone.
Maybe that'll do it. Roach Ravager? Okay, a new queen's here. Very good, very good. We're gonna keep defensive.
Another queen. Nice.
Alright, we need to figure out how to turn him off.
We evolved.
Oh, we have.
Stuff got better.
Oh, wait. There we go. I just had him selected. This is actually a really neat overlay. Anyway, we see, was this Adepts, Immortals? They're Immortals. Sentries, Zealots. This is a very scary Zerg unit, but there is a nice inhibitor fields here, and not really scaring the Protoss player, but they do sneak through, get a good concave. Protoss player has to back off and respect it. It's a lot of Roach Ravenger. Some serious damage getting done. What's the answer here? Stalkers in the back protecting the drone line. Proton cannons up. Shield batteries here. Keeping the units alive longer. Warp Prism, the one that was injured earlier. Warping, carrying stuff across the map. Beautiful damage getting done. We have 13 Roaches and 6 Ravengers versus 3 Stalkers, a War Prism, and 2 Immortals. Definitely. War Prism doing something. I'm not terribly sure, but dropping units here. Roaches. Oh, most likely elevating the units that were made here, down here. More Roaches coming in, getting picked off by this Immortal. Doing lots of damage. Not enough here. Successful defense from our Protoss player. Not losing a whole lot. In Researchers tab, we see that the Zerg lost more units and more resources in total. So, we got our Protoss player in a good spot. We see the income are favoring our Protoss player. Protoss is definitely in a good spot here. Another round of Roach Ravager coming in. Shield batteries topping off the shields of these recently battered units. Wave 2 of the Zerg army comes in. As I said, quality versus quantity, and Zerg has a lot. War Prism, they see it. Are they going to try to snipe it? No, both people are working on macro. Destroying that force field as the Ravager the Ravager bio can do. A lot of pressure on our Protoss player, but successfully holding. I wonder when we'll see a counterattack from him. And do those Zerglings have Zergling speed? How do I see upgrades? They do have the 2 speeds, and we have warp gate and +1 attack out for our Protoss. Oh, this was not a wall. It looked like one. Getting a run by here, getting some good probe damage.
Our army be scrapped.
Oh, yep. That's how you do that. I don't want to do that. Anyway, it's the W key, and the E key fixes it. Anyway, get a nice surround. This Immortal's gone. This Immortal's gone too. Nice surrounds on the Zerglings. War Prism takes them away and moves them, unsurrounds them. But that's a lot of links and not a lot of AoE. So I don't think these guys do AoE. I'm not terribly certain now. There's our AoE coming in. Muta's here too. We see +1 air attack on the way, and more Mutas being built. They can attack up, so Mutas are not the most dangerous thing here, and Mutas do not have a lot of HP either. I don't know how many they're going to get here. 3, 4. 4 drones it looks like before the flock has to move on. But these Zerglings have gutted the main base here. How many units... How many probes do we have down here? The worker count is 50 for the Zerg, about less than 40 for the Protoss, and lowering. A lot of good harass here on the side of the Protoss. It's not looking good because, how's the income tab looking? Definitely favoring our Zerg player now, which is terrifying because even if you beat these, because of larva mechanics, they will be quickly replaced. Muta's most likely built to harass the War Prism and workers. Good calls overall. This worker count is just... He is hemorrhaging probes right now. The Stalker saying, hey, you can't... You can do a lot, but you can't do whatever you want to. Look back at the production tab. We just see Mutas being produced. Another Archon coming out. Muta's going to come back. They regenerate HP very quickly. So they're going to top off and do another run by. Just protecting the third, but the Mutas once again are fast. And there's a bunch of Zerglings supporting them now with a few Ravengers. This is quite scary, especially in this inhibitor field. He does not have vision. Do these Oh, they see him now. This could be bad here. He sees the army moving out, says, probes, you're mine. Zerglings. Must have been an overlord there. Didn't see. And we see Zerglings getting around, getting it. This warp prism denying surrounds. These guys go. Muta's huge flock here, doing some serious damage, hemorrhaging again this worker count here. But a nice counterattack from our Protoss player. Zerglings desperately trying to surround the Archon, but not gonna happen. Not looking good on the side of our Zerg player all of a sudden. Nice counterattack coming in. Mass recall comes back. Does not like the damage being done to the third base and brings back the boy. Brings back some of his army. Try to deal with them. However, not enough. It's going to have to... Since we have... Oh, that's a lot of damage. Well, what's... Oh, we had a macro hatchery for more larvae. Zerglings come out. This base not looking good. Definitely going to lose his main base. That's a layer down. Does he have another layer on the field? No, he loses all his layer field. And what tech does he lose? He's going to make roaches. About to lose his spawning pool. But can make roaches. So he is not completely... And you get Ravager for free. Making a base here. Yeah, so... And did not lose the spawning pool yet. These roaches come out. They're going to die, but they're just buying time. The flock of Mutas definitely lost his spire in that attack. He's going to rebuild a Roach Warden while he still has... Wait, they're not going to take the spawning pool. Interesting choice. Or the Evo chamber. Seems like a mistake on the side of Protoss. Here comes two... It's temporarily distracting this Immortal. This is not a very strong army. He has no roaches to tank here. Ravagers aren't... They lose their armor when they transform. And not a lot of tank on the side here. And these Archons have massive shields. So he's going to lose another base here. I do not think the Protoss player understands that there is a base here, though. So that base gets through 3. We see a counterattack with Mutas just trying to supply block. But we see the supplies about equal between our two players. And both low on minerals. Brings the army back, most likely with a mass recall. And Zerg just trying to destroy this Twilight Council. If they do, there's no Archons anymore. But both players... There is 1 probe and 13 drones on the map right now. They are... Mineral income is stopped for our Protoss player. Huge. This Muta Swarm doing huge damage to the economy of Protoss. And Zerg rebuilding their economy on this one base that the Protoss player did not see. Does he know about it? No, he does not know about it. So... What tech is on the side of... So we have a Roach Warden, we have Spawning Pool, and is this a lair now? No, it's still a hatchery. And I don't know Protoss tech at all, so they have stuff. GG. Our Zerg player taps out as soon as he finds the Protoss finds the last base. Beautiful game, beautiful micro from both sides. Definitely a good game to showcase that moving is not always the way to win. Sometimes if you want a chance, you have to harass the enemy worker line. Beautiful game. Thank you for sharing, and enjoy your ladder points.